Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine. Today I came up with the third lecture on the topic Iupac nomenclature. And in today's lecture I am going to discuss about the primary prefix, its use, and secondary prefix, its use. We will come to know about the prefix, the different type of prefixes, okay, and their application. So before we start, please be ready with your pen and copy or pen and paper and start taking the notes and practice with me. So let's start the class. What are prefix? Prefix. The name only says prefix mean something which comes before. Pre means something which comes before, right? So then in the nomenclature part, in Iupac nomenclature part, the part which comes before the word roots, those are all considered as the prefix. Okay? So prefix are of two types. Most of us, we know the secondary prefix, but very less know about the primary prefix. So there are two types of prefix. One is primary, okay, another is the secondary. Now what are primary prefix? Primary prefix are given for the cyclo compound or the cyclic compound, okay. So primary prefix is cyclo, okay. And what are secondary prefix? Secondary prefix are used for certain substituents which are never treated as a functional group, mean they are a group of molecules or can be atoms, okay, but they are never considered as a functional group or they are never given as a secondary suffix, okay. So we will never use for these type of compounds or functional group or substituent, we will never use secondary suffix. We always use what? Secondary prefix. Now what are those groups? Few groups such as halo group. Now halo group mean, what do you understand by halo? Halo mean from halogen. Say fluoro, F, fluorine comes from fluorine, fluoro, chloro, yes, then bromo, then iodo, okay. So these are considered as secondary prefix. There are few more. NO, this is known as nitroso, NO represented by, we have nitro also, that is NO2. We have the alkyl group, yes, alkyl group. So alkyl group also comes under the secondary prefix. Say for example, in the alkyl group you can write say methyl, ethyl, etc. So these also comes under the secondary prefix, okay. Next we have alkoxy part. I am writing here alkoxy, okay. So where we get the alkoxy? Most of the time in ether, ROR, okay, in ether group, okay. So there we get the alkoxy part. Say for example, I am writing methoxy, ethoxy, okay. So these also, the alkoxy part also comes under the secondary prefixes, okay. So these are the very commonly used secondary prefix which we will be using in most of the compounds. Most of the organic compounds we can easily see them, okay. So if you notice that we never use secondary suffix for this type of compound or this type of atoms. Obviously all are substituents, Okay, but we will never use secondary suffix, means they will be never treated as a main functional group, rather they will behave as a normal substituent. But what is so special about them? We will be using a secondary prefix for them. Okay. Now, what about this primary prefix? Yes. So, primary prefix we only use for the cyclic compound, which are cyclo. Now, how will you identify which is cyclo compound? Say for example, I have given a propane. See, what is the propane formula? C3, and how many hydrogens will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yes, we always count 4 bond. Now this is propane. This is propane. Now if I want a secondary prefix, I have to convert it into a cyclo compound. Now this is not a cyclo compound. This is a simple aliphatic, okay, a simple long chain where you cannot see any cyclic compound. Cyclo compound only we will see if the terminal carbon and the first carbon, they are attached to each other. Let's see how it is. Now suppose this is propane. Now if I convert this like this, C, C and another C. Okay, you see C, C, C. Now all C's are connected, all carbon are connected here. Now imagine that if I number this as 1, 2, 3, you see the first and the last carbon, they are connected. Yes, they are linked. So these type of compounds are cyclo compound. Okay, now you can count the valency 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will be giving the hydrogen over here 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogen. So what will be the name of this compound? Yes, it will be cyclopropane. Understood? It will be cyclopropane. So this cyclo, we are using cyclo is the primary prefix. Understood? Getting? So this is the primary prefix. Okay. So let's say one more example. Let us take. Say for example, you have taken hexane. Say this is a hexane. Okay. I have taken a hexane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can give the hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 hydrogens are there. So this is what? This is hexane. Okay. Now if I want a cyclic compound, then I have to connect the first and the last carbon together. So how will I do it? Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then finally 6. If I start numbering from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, you see the first carbon and the last carbon, the terminal carbon, they are attached to each other, isn't it? So this becomes a cyclo compound. Clear? So this will be cyclohexane. This will be cyclohexane. So here again you can see we are using a primary prefix. Understood? Here we are using a primary prefix. Clear all of you? Okay. And then you can count and put the hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all carbon will get 2 hydrogen. Okay, so this type of compound we can have what? Primary prefix. Clear? So primary prefix is we use for the cyclo compound, that is the cyclo. Cyclo itself is a primary prefix. Clear all of you? Now, and these are the secondary prefix. Now, is it possible that a single compound is having all the character, mean it is having primary prefix, secondary prefix, obviously word root will be there, and then primary suffix and secondary suffix. Is it possible? Yes, absolutely it is possible. But if such is the situation, then in what pattern or in what sequence shall we write? Yes, shall we write? Yes. So for that you need to follow a sequence. See, I am erasing this. Let me clear it first. I hope all of you are noting down, taking down the notes. Okay. So for that we require a sequence. What is that sequence? Yes. First you have to start with the secondary prefix. Then you will write primary prefix. Then you will write word root. Okay. After writing the word root, we will write primary suffix, and then finally we end up with the secondary suffix. So this is the formula, or you can say the sequence we follow if all the components are given in a single compound. Let me tell you, it is not at all necessary that you have to use a primary prefix or the compound should have primary prefix. No, that is not necessary. Okay, it can be, it cannot be also. But if it is there, then what shall we do? So let us illustrate this with an example. Suppose I have given a compound, say this. I am taking a compound, an example here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am giving chlorine here and NH2. Now NH2 group is amine. This is known as amine. This is a functional group. Okay, this is treated as a functional group. So amine, we have taken amine. Okay, clear? Now, is it a cyclic compound? First of all, we have to understand, is it a cyclic compound? Yes or no? Yes, it is a cyclic compound. Why? Because if I start numbering, say I have started numbering from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then finally 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see that the first carbon and the last carbon, that is a terminal carbon here, they are attached to itself. Which means, yes, this is a cyclic compound. I have given a functional group also. What is the name? Amine group, NH2. It is a functional group. So from wherever the functional group are present, we try to give or we give them the minimum number, which means we start numbering from somewhere nearby or from there only. So here 1 is the first position that amine I have given, then second, then third, then fourth, then fifth and then finally 6th. Okay. So here you can see I have given chloro also, which means here I have to use a secondary prefix also. Okay. So let us see what are the things. Here secondary prefix. Now for which compound or for which atom you can see you will be using secondary prefix? Yes, for this. For this I will be using secondary prefix. Now what is the secondary prefix for this? Chloro. Isn't it? Chloro. Okay. Next, primary prefix. What is the primary prefix here? Cyclo. Because it is a cyclic compound, so it is a cyclo. So cyclo is your primary prefix. Clear? Next, word root. What is the word root? Meth, eth, prop, but, pent, hex. So here I get hex as the word root. Clear? Hex is the word root. Finally, primary suffix. What is the primary suffix I am getting here? Yes, primary suffix, since there is a functional group. So primary suffix already I have written. So no, sorry, primary suffix is what? Myth, it, pro, put, pent, hex. So primary suffix, since there is no double bond or triple bond, so it will be ane. It is a primary suffix. Yes, so this is your primary suffix. Okay, so this belongs to an alkane because there is no double bond here, so it represents an ane family, but there is a functional group also. So this functional group represent your secondary suffix. Clear, all of you? So these are the different component here we are getting in this compound. Clear? These are the different component we are getting in this compound. Now, imagine that you have to name it in this format. Then how will you do? We have to start with the secondary prefix, isn't it? So what is the secondary prefix here for chloro? So I'll start like this: 4-chloro, 4-chloro, because in the fourth position chloro is there. After that, primary prefix. Now what is the primary prefix? Cyclo. I will write cyclo. 4-chloro-cyclo. Word root. What is the word root? Hex. Okay. Now then, primary suffix. What is the primary suffix? Since no double bond or triple bond is given here in between the carbon, so I will write primary suffix ane. But remember, in the last lecture I told you that if after immediately the primary suffix or the secondary suffix is having a, o, I, u, y, then what we should do? We drop this e. So here also I will drop this e. Okay, instead of ane I will write an. So 4-chloro-cyclohexane. Now what is the position of this functional group? 1. So I will mention 1. You see the secondary suffix? 1-amine. Okay, so this is the name of the compound. So here you can see that I have used the secondary prefix. What is the secondary prefix here? Chloro. Yes. Then cyclo is the primary prefix. Then hex is the word root. Ane, I have dropped e because a is here. So ane become an. Then finally, this is the primary suffix ane, and then secondary suffix is the amine. Okay. So it is not always necessary that all of these components will be present in a single compound. But if it present, then how to deal it with? So that I have discussed through this lecture. Okay. So that's I have discussed through this lecture. So maybe you can expect in an aliphatic compound also. I am showing that also. Let's say, take another example. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I am giving again amine. Okay, and say here I am giving NO2 group. Now in this case, I will not get primary prefix, but the rest of the thing I will be getting here. Yes, I will not get the primary prefix, but the other thing I will be getting here. Why? I will start numbering from here because this is a functional group. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is a functional group. So I have to number from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Now see, as per the rule, I am not getting here the primary prefix. So I will start with the secondary prefix only, isn't it? So what is the secondary prefix here? For NO2 we will write nitro. What is this secondary suffix for this functional group? Amine. Yes, can you guess the word root here? The word root is but, because 4 carbon is here. So word root is but. And what else I require? Primary suffix is mit, ith, prop, but. So primary suffix obviously it will be ane. Okay, but I will drop this e because a is also present here. Clear? So what will be the name? The name will be 3-nitro. See, 3-nitro. So which means I am starting from the secondary prefix directly because primary prefix is not there. So 3-nitro, 3-nitro you have mentioned. Yes? Anything more is here? No. What is the word root here? Mit, ith, prop, but. So we'll write but. Primary suffix ane, but I will drop e as I taught you as the rule. So because if I write e here, immediately amine will also come as a secondary suffix. So if a, I, o, u, y is there, then what we do? We generally drop this e. So here also I will drop this e. So 3-nitrobutane hyphen 1. So in the first position we have amine. So I will write butane amine. So 3-nitrobutane amine is the name of this compound. Here you see that I have not used primary prefix. So it is not required, always it is not required that you will get primary prefix everywhere. Okay, and finally give the hydrogen and complete the structure. Clear? Getting the idea? Okay, so let us discuss few more examples with the secondary prefix. So let's say a compound like this, you got a compound. I have given chlorine, Cl over here. Now what will be the name of this compound? You can pause the video and try it by yourself. Here I will start numbering from this side because I have to give minimum number to this chlorine. This is a substituent. Yes? So minimum summation rule say you have to give the minimum number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I start numbering from this side, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see the substituent, that is a locant, is coming 4, which I cannot take. You have to always go for the minimum value. You cannot go for the maximum value. Maximum value we will avoid. So I am erasing this part. So what will be the name? Finally, you see, what is the name of this substituent? Yes, for this substituent I will use the secondary prefix. So what is the secondary prefix? Chloro. Right? This is the secondary prefix. Now primary prefix is not there. What is the word root? Mit, ith, prop, but, pent. So word root I am getting pent. Right? What is the primary suffix? Since no double bond or triple bond is here, so the primary suffix is ane. Right? What is the secondary suffix here? Will we get secondary suffix? Since there is no functional group is attached, so no question of secondary suffix in this compound. So let us now write the name of this compound. So I will write, as per the rule, you have to write the name of the substituent first. So I will write 2-chloro. See, I mentioned the locant 2-chloro, mit, eth, prop, but, pent. Pent N. 2-chloropentane. And finally give the hydrogen. 1, 2, 3. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, already how to put the hydrogen I have taught in the previous lectures. So if you have any confusion, you should start from there. So 2-chloropentane will be the name of this compound. Clear all of you? So here also you saw that I have not used any primary prefix. Okay, here I have not used any primary suffix, rather we are using the secondary prefixes. Let's take another example. Now imagine that I have two substituent like this, one is chloro and another is the bromo. Okay, you have given two substituents like this, one is chloro, another is the bromo. Then what shall I do? Yes. Now first of all, let us select the longest chain. About the longest chain selection rule already we have discussed, but here again I am telling you, whenever we select the longest chain, we select in such a way that the carbon chain should not be, that the carbon should not get repeated, and the longest chain, if any double bond or triple bond is there, you have to take that longest chain from there only. If double bond or triple bond is there, you have to take those carbon into account in your longest chain. Means you cannot exclude them, you have to include them. So those are the basic rules. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a very simple compound and this is your longest chain. Okay. Now the numbering pattern. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here two substituents we can see. So where is the locant of the first substituent? 3. Third position. Second, 4. If I number from this side. Yes. So 3 plus 4 coming 7. This is known as summation rule. So I have to check from both the sides. Now if I start numbering from this side, say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes. Then if I start numbering from this side, then my first locant I am getting it in the second position and then the second one is in the third. So if I add it, I am getting 5. So which is the minimum value? Yes, 5 is the minimum value. So I will always go for minimum value. We will not take the maximum value. So this is known as minimum summation rule. Okay. So in order to avoid confusion, I am erasing this part 4, 5. Okay. Now it is clear. Okay. So next, once the numbering is done, what is the name of this? What is the name of this substituent? I mean, what are the secondary prefix for this substituent? The secondary prefix for this substituent is chloro, and for this we will use bromo. Yes. Now, while writing the name, I have to follow the alphabetical order. Two substituents are there. You see bromo and chloro. So while writing the name, you will follow the alphabetical order. You see these substituents start with B and the name of these substituents start with C. So which alphabet comes first in the alphabetical order? B comes first. So which means when I start the name of this compound, I will start with bromo. Got? Understood? So 3 bromo hyphen. Why I have given hyphen? Because number and alphabet is always separated by a hyphen. So 3 bromo, again a hyphen because I will write name. What is the locant? 2 chloro, 3 bromo, 2 chloro. After that, word root, meth, eth, prop, but, pent, plus primary suffix here ane. So this is the name of the compound, 3 bromo 2 chloro pentane. Finally give the hydrogen and complete your structure. Clear? Give the hydrogen and complete the structure. Clear all of you? Okay, getting the idea? Let's take another example finally for today. Suppose if, say, other alkyl substituent is also given, say like this, you have got a compound, say you got like this, okay, you got like this. Now let me add one more carbon from this side. Okay, now how to name this compound? Yes, I have given different substituent. See, First thing is that we have to select the longest chain. So let us complete that. So here the longest chain you can see is very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your longest chain. Clear? Second important thing is the numbering. Yes. So how to do the numbering? For that, the easiest way to check that minimum summation rule which I have taught. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I number from this side, my first locant is 3, my second locant is also 3, my third locant is 4. Yes, first locant for this substituent, second locant for this substituent, and third locant for this. So 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4 is equal to 10 if I take it from this side. But if I number from this side, say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then my first substituent is coming in position. I am marking it here. By first locant I am getting 2, the second locant is say 3 and third locant is also 3. So 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8. Now which is minimum? This is minimum. So I will go by this numbering. I will not take this pattern. Yes. So which is the correct direction? We have got the correct direction. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is my correct direction because I am getting the minimum summation of the locants. Yes. So numbering is also done. Now what are the name of these substituent? Now here you can see all are secondary prefix. So for this we will use chloro. For this, see, one carbon is there. So already I taught you in the previous lectures that how to name the alkyl group. So one carbon means word root is meth plus YL because they are alkyl groups. So alkyl groups also have secondary prefix. So this is also methyl group. So this is also methyl group. But interestingly, methyl group has repeated twice here, which means again we will use number prefix, which is di, tri, tetra, like that. Okay. So let us start the naming because all the things I got here. Yes. Primary suffix also we know ane will be here because no double bond or triple bond is given, and secondary suffix no question of it because no functional group is given here. Okay. So what shall we do? We shall start from chloro or methyl. Obviously we will follow the alphabetical order. We will start from chloro because C comes first, then the M. So let's start 2-chloro. 2-chloro. See, 2 is the locant, chloro. Then hyphen. Why? Because I'll write some number. So always give hyphen in between the number and the alphabet, right? So what is the first substituent here? In the locant is 3. Where is the second substituent? Again in the 3 only. Now why I am writing it like this, giving comma? Because they are repeating themselves, right? So that is why I am mentioning at a time 3, 3. Now I will give hyphen. Why? Because now I am going to write some alphabet. So what is that? Di. Di is the prefix for 2 because you see 2 times it has been repeated. 3 for this, 3 for this. So 2 times the locant has repeated here. Okay. So 2 times the substituent has repeated. That is why we are using di here as a prefix. So 3, 3 di methyl. Now finally primary suffix, or what is the word root here? Meth, eth, prop, but, pent. See the word root pent. Then what is the primary suffix? A, N, E. Okay. Since I have not started with the functional group, so in this video lecture I am not using functional group. Okay. So I will try to avoid using functional group. In the next upcoming lecture we will discuss how to use the functional group. Okay. So 2-chloro-3,3-dimethyl pentane will be the name of this compound, and finally complete it with hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 already given. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No hydrogen for this. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So hope this video was useful, this class was useful for you to understand what are primary prefix, what are secondary prefix, okay, and how to use them, clear, and what is the basic format of writing the IUPAC, that also I have given when we have all the components. Okay, secondary prefix plus primary prefix, this is a sequence you should remember. Primary, first secondary prefix, then primary prefix, then word root, then primary suffix, and then finally we end up with the secondary suffix. But for till now we have not used the secondary suffix. Yes, one example today I gave you with the amine in order to make you understand if all the components are present. But so far I have not discussed about the, I have not started with the functional group. So in the next lecture I will start with the functional group. If you have not watched the previous lecture, okay, then you must go through it. I have already given the description, the link I have provided in the description. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Once again, study hard, work hard and stay safe. Thank you for watching once again. Bye bye.